Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of Psychic Sundays Live with your host, the Queen of Booga Booga, Psychic Sally Diane. How you doing tonight, Sally?
I am doing great. It's still my favorite hour of the week to spend some time with my producer, of course, my favorite fella to spend time with, and you. You guys are my favorite people to spend time with as well. I'm always looking forward to doing the show, and I did get one email this week, just one. So anybody who wants to be read first thing, just send an email to the Queen of Ooga Booga at gmail.com. If you send me an email, I will read your question first. And having said that, we got one email, and it was from Patricia. And Patricia wants to know about basically job prospects. She's at a crossroads sort of place, and so I appreciate where she's coming from there. I think I'm actually going to use these cards. Now, one thing she said in her question is that there's one thing that she absolutely won't do, and you have to be careful when you ask the universe about stuff. If you tell the universe, I absolutely won't do whatever, the universe will purposely put you in a position, because that's just the way the universe works. If you say, I don't want to turn left, the universe will make you turn left. Okay, so one of the cards that came flying out of the deck, and the deck that I have right now is the Morgan Greer Tarot. I really like this. It uses a lot of tertiary colors, and it looks almost like woodblock prints. So I really like this deck. Had it for a long time. But the first card that flies out for you, Patricia, is the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is about making the right sacrifices. So the Hanged Man is saying, you know something, make sure that you swallow your pride a little bit and ask for good references or something like that, because it feels like there is help that you could get that you're not going for. So swallow your pride and accept the help that's being offered to you. Okay, so we'll start out with that, but I'll throw a few more cards anyhow, because I like to throw cards for people. So we'll just do another 3 cards and see what the Morgan Greer deck has to say about Patricia and her career prospects. Okay, what does the road ahead hold for Patricia? Okay, well, it starts with the Queen of Swords, but it's the Queen of Swords reversed, which concerns me a little bit, because it's telling me that you kind of, your attitude determines your altitude, Patricia. And this tells me that you need to, it says that, telling the truth and being honest isn't 100% about just saying things that are true. It's about being true to oneself and true to one's situation. And the cards are saying this is a good time for a woman in the mirror moment. Okay. You see right here, when you have the 5 of Pentacles, that's kind of like being on the outside looking in, but it's also a reminder you've got somebody who wants to help you. Okay, so accept the help that's being offered to you. Good, good, good. I think that you may have come up against a little bit of an obstacle, because when I see this, the Chariot where it's positioned right here in a very positive position going forward, it, even though it's reversed, it's saying that you can move forward. Just be bold. Don't put restrictions on yourself right now. Just move in the right direction. Okay, so be willing to accept the opportunities that the universe hands you. Okay, and thank you for tuning in, Patricia. Thank you for all of you for tuning in. And before I go to the questions, I wanted to talk about the Ghosts of the Queens event, which is coming up October 29th and 30th. That's Halloween weekend. And it is a 2-day event. And that would include dinner with some speeches from your queen, and also from the Haunting Live podcast, guys, and a very special guest appearance by Maryam Kennedy of the Ghosts of Dufferin County and Beyond. On day 2, there's going to be workshops. There's also going to be a walkthrough of some of the more haunted rooms of the hotel. For those who are staying at the hotel, there's a pajama party on Friday night with me and Chris from Haunting Live podcast. And you'll be getting free mini readings. Also, for those staying at the hotel, your continental breakfast on both days is included. And to find out more, go to the Haunting Live podcast website to find out how to buy your tickets. The cost is $140 for the weekend. It does not include your accommodations, but the Queen's Inn has put together a nice block of rooms, and a lot of the rooms have 2 double beds, so they can fit up to 4 people. So you can save some money on accommodations by doubling or tripling or quadrupling up on your accommodations. Okay, and speaking of the Haunting Live podcast, guys, we're thinking about them up in North Bay. We've seen some pictures. They've seen some beautiful sights. Anybody who's up in North Bay that would like to see Chris, I know he's doing readings when he's up there, so visit the Haunting Live podcast website and set up a reading with Chris. Also, I just wanted to mention I'm wearing some earrings that he made. He made me quite a few sets of earrings. I like these. They're snowflake obsidian chips with a little moon charm on the bottom of them. And anybody who knows about crystals knows that snowflake obsidians are really good anti-negativity stones. And one of the things that I really like about snowflake obsidian is it tends to throw the negativity back at whoever threw it towards you. One neat thing I used to like to do with snowflake obsidian when I worked in an office, I know there's a lot of you that work in offices and maybe have negative coworkers. One way to protect yourself, maybe put a shield in front of your desk, is to take 2 snowflake obsidian and put them right in the back of your top drawer. Just leave them there. Okay, so there's my Ooga Booga suggestion for the week. And I know everybody's waiting to hear from me.
Hello, everybody. Baby girl is here. Sonia. Hi, Marcy. Hi, Tanya, Christina, Maryam. Kyla 90, Butterfly, Blue Butterfly, Janice, Olive, Trevor, Penny Lane. Oh my lord. We got so many people here. Let's get going.
Yes, let's get going.
Our first question is from Sonia. Whose cat has been missing 3 days? No, brother.
Your brother or your cat?
Oh, brother.
Her brother's been missing.
Yeah, brother's been missing for 3 days. Is he okay?
Oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's big. Okay, so Sonia's brother. See what the cards have to say about that. Interesting. Okay, sorry. So with your brother, everything around him is emotional, and it's got, you have all these reverse cups, so it's kind of like just emotions pouring out. So I think the reason he disappeared for 3 days is kind of an escape, because it does say that his reasons for disappearing may have been a little childish, but this shows the 6 of Cups reversed shows him finding a bit of maturity. I'm getting it between a 3 to 6. So I feel like he'll show up. He will turn up within 3 to 6, and I think that's 3 to 6 days. You know, did he have a falling out with somebody? Because it's just that emotion is just what's the first thing that comes up. But yeah, he'll show back up.
All right. Well, our next question is from Tanya.
Hi, Tanya.
Tanya would like a general reading.
General reading for Tanya. I'm just going to use these for one more reading, because I have other cards that would like to be used as well. And a general reading for Tanya, we're just going to do a northeast southwest. I know I have to keep it between these 2 lines here. So north, you have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So I think that right now you may be feeling a little unmoored financially. You might have had a financial setback or something, but it's saying that don't focus too much on that. There's other things to focus in on. Well, there's that. In your east, you have message coming, but it's I feel like with this one, it does feel like a message, but it feels like a realization. And I think that I think you're going to find that perhaps somebody you thought was a friend really isn't a friend. Boy, these just want to stick together and stick together. But in your south, which is your passion, so you have the Tower, and then you have that Ace of Coins reversed. So there's that warning there. Don't let yourself get so caught up in the financial aspects of things that you don't pay attention to the emotional. And then finally, West. Okay, I think you're going to have maybe a bit of an emotional week. Especially with there's just a little bit of. It feels almost like betrayal, but the word gossip is hooked to it too. But whatever your worries are financially, by the time you reach the end of the week, you've figured it out. It's just a matter of you might have to actually bite the bullet and let go of something here. Because they're lined right up there. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and then boom, the Tower. But it leads to the Four of Pentacles. So, like I said, you might have a pretty major hiccup here financially, but you end up back in a more stable position. And as far as this goes, if you find somebody isn't your friend, they aren't your friend. Don't try and fix it, and don't try and deny it. Just let it go. Okay, so I'm going to go to a different deck of cards. Maybe another deck of cards will be a little bit more cheery.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Okay, well, let's try again with Christina, who wants to know
Hi,
what
Christina.
this week has in store.
Okay, this week for Christina. And I have the Pamela Coleman Smith Centennial deck. And y'all know I love this deck. It's the rider weight deck, which I use air quotes for. But it also has 4 bonus cards based on Pamela Coleman Smith's work. Okay, so for Christine, we have North, pretty good. East, even better. South and West. Okay, so you know how usually, I don't know whether anybody else has noticed it, but I've noticed that a certain card tends to turn up in readings on different days, and the card for today seems to be the Four of Pentacles. I have a feeling that's going to show up a lot. So for Christine, for you, it feels like you're actually in a pretty good position in life. You've kind of got a little bit of warning not to get too full of yourself, but other than that, enjoy that life is handing you a little bit of a victory. Don't be a pain in the butt about it, but enjoy it, and know that you have the support of those around you. You also have a message coming here about something that you've been waiting for a long time coming through. I like to see that. In the area of fire and passion, you have the Nine of Swords reversed, and that tells me that you're coming out of a situation of tension and anxiety into a better period of your life. The swords and the blockades and just the sleepless nights seem to be going away, so you're coming into a better place for yourself emotionally. And then West, in the area of water and the way things flow, you have the Four of Pentacles. And so this says that going forward, be measured in the things that you do, and do not be too extravagant with your money. I have a feeling when I see this Six of Wands and this Nine of Cups that you're going to get good career news, but this feeling that, don't overdo it, don't overspend, that idea of using a little bit of restraint is pretty strong there too. So overall, you're coming into a good period of your life, Christine. Good on you.
Next, we have Maryam, who would like a general reading. Next, we have Maryam, who would like a general reading.
Hi, Maryam. And I just want to give them a good shuffle for you. And we'll do another Northeast Southwest with my Pamela Coleman Smith deck. Oh, we've seen her before. Ooh, Maryam. Okay, so sometimes it behooves us to know when we're in control and when we've won the game. And this is definitely true for you because it shows you as being the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is somebody who's managed to basically strip off the mask, shine a light on situations. She's in control. She's the one who's in charge, and that's you, Maryam. So right now, you are at the top of your game. I do see the Ace of Wands coming in, so you have something new coming your way, and this is something you're ready for. So when a new opportunity comes your way, grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it. These two cards in the area of your emotions and your motivation are major arcana cards, but they're reversed. And it does say that this is a good time for you to think outside the box and do things a little unconventionally. And also the Strength card. And Strength card is kind of a warning. There's this phrase, my mom used to say, never let them see you cry. And I feel like it's either never let them see you cry or never let them see you sweat. But don't let people see that you ever doubt yourself. Okay, so good on you, Maryam.
Haunting Live wants to know how the drive back will be.
Oh, okay.
Haunting Live wants to know how the drive back will be.
Okay, so Haunting Live. I hope you guys are having a wonderful trip. We're really enjoying the pictures. Oh, it's just lovely up north, folks. Okay, so how's the drive back going to be? Okay, because we have the two reversed pentacles here, I'm a little bit worried. I'm worried that it might be more expensive than you think it is. So I'm worried about you maybe running into some car trouble. I know you may not know about, I'm just a little bit worried when I see these two bonus cards, especially this one, because this one's talking about misdirection. So I'm worried about maybe somebody not telling you the whole truth. So be extra careful with your directions and get second opinions on everything, especially directions. Because misdirection, you don't want that to happen. It's going to be tiring. It's a long trip. Just plan for all the I just feel like it might be a good idea for you to keep snacks in the car. Okay, so enjoy your vacation. I look forward to seeing you when you get back.
Before we get to our next questions, let me tell you about the Spa Near the Tracks. This is where you can go see Sally to get a reading in person. It is in Stratford, Ontario. The phone number is 519-272-1293. And now back to our previously scheduled programming of Baby Girl Aries would like a general reading.
Okay, baby girl. We're going to go to my friends, the Scapini deck. And that was a general reading for baby girl?
It was.
All right. So how's baby girl doing? I'll just do a classic 3-card spread. Okay, it's interesting because when I look at the outsides, if I don't pay attention to what's dead center, you're actually in a pretty good position, and it looks like you're in control of your situation. You show up as being the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands is a lady that has the idea, that's confident, that's ready to move forward, and you're ready to move forward, baby girl, and you're ready to move forward relationship wise too. You've got the Ace of Cups, which tells me that you have a new beginning relationship wise, and I like to see that. And now we'll deal with this one, the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is a card of gossip. It's a card of backstabbing, and it's a card that says know who to trust and know who not to trust. You know, the negative, gossipy kind of people, the people who will lie to you, the people who will lie about you. You really need to protect yourself from those kind of people and keep them as far away from you as possible. No negativity. It's just you don't need that toxicity in your life, especially when you yourself are in a good position. Anybody who's gossiping about you is just jealous. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Our next question comes from Kyla90. Got disowned by my parents over 30 years ago and wanted to know if they will ever contact me again.
I know it's hurtful, but I would like to point out to you that you've done just fine without them for 30 years. Just saying. So. The parents. Okay. There's a lot of pride there. There's a lot of stubborn pride. I'm going to do a northeast southwest on them. So you show up as being the Page of Wands, which the cards are kind of pointing out to you how it's benefited you to be free of this, of the judgment and everything. Although it's really hurtful to be disowned by your parents, but it's done you good. It's done your soul good to make your own decisions and to decide, just to choose your own direction. And even when I see the Six of Coins, it shows you, not rolling in money and everything, but stable and things being balanced and okay. So it's saying like, well, do you really need to upset the apple cart there? But you did want to know if they will contact you, and the answer to that is yes. I know that there's a lot of stubborn pride, but they will contact you probably within the year, and I think it's just one of them. I think one of them is being stubborn and prideful, and the other one, when she feels more free to contact you, more at liberty to contact you, she will. So the answer to that is yes.
Yeah, COVID-19 does change a lot of families' dynamics, sometimes for the worse, sometimes for the better.
Oh, yeah.
I find a lot of the ones that are long separations, that's actually working out for the better. I was reminded of the Home Alone movie, the old man next door that was afraid to call his son.
Yeah.
Our next question is from Butterfly A.
Hi, Butterfly A.
General reading for the next 2 weeks.
Next 2 weeks for Butterfly A. Okay, so I'm going to use the Lenormand. Next couple weeks for Butterfly A. I like this Lenormand deck. It's a cross between the playing cards and the gypsy cards, and it's done by Ryan Edwards. I think he's just done a wonderful job. Okay, so the next couple weeks, I think that the 2 week period starts out with some obstacles, but don't take them too seriously. Where the bear is, it feels like you can wait them out. So that's something that's going to last less than a week, because I do see you moving forward. So this is where I see the weekend point. So the week coming up starts out with a lot of obstacles, but as you get toward the end of it, as things start moving forward quickly. Okay, and there's some situations that are being wrapped up in your life this week that won't be around for the second week. The second week, you actually start in a position of strength, and when you get to week 2, it looks like you're planning a trip. Overall, September, you've got a lot of 10s, and 10s are kind of cards of completion. That's what I mean when I say you're coming to the end of a cycle. So when you get into October, November, you're going to find a lot of new things coming into your life. So this is a good time for you to wind up all the loose ends. Okay. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Speaking of winding up the loose ends, why don't you guys go over there and give us a thumbs up button and a like and a share and all that wonderful stuff. Every time you share this video, more people see it, and we're just going to keep growing this channel a little bit at a time, because that's fine by me.
Yes, and we have the goal where we would like to have 500 subscribers by the end of the year, and you guys can help us out with this. So make sure you tell your friends, your family, everybody about me.
And lastly, it's about 100 days to Christmas. Next, we have Blue Butterfly.
Hello, Blue Butterfly.
Who's a new viewer.
Nice to see you.
I'd like to ask what the energy around me is for pregnancy going into October.
Okay.
Somebody's got the baby wants.
Oh, baby fever. Baby, baby, baby for Blue Butterfly. Okay. So. Oh, she's had a miscarriage before. Okay, I was sorry, I was just counting down because it seems like it's telling me March or April. So looks pretty good, and I think it's gonna be a son for you.
All right, well, a boy for Blue Butterfly. She's already got the color picked out.
There you go.
Okay, who is next? Janice.
Hi, Janice.
Janice wants to know what September's got in store for her.
Okay. So, September for Janice. All right. Okay, September has some partnerships and some opportunities coming up for you. I see that in the Two of Clubs card. And then you come up to the Tower, and the Tower in the Lenormand is a little different than in the tarot. The Tower here talks about institutions and filling out forms and just basically conforming with the rules. So it's got a lot of an institutional, what's the word I'm looking for? Bureaucracy. That's it. So you're going to be dealing with bureaucracy and a lot of it, but it looks like that's your wheelhouse, because it feels like you do a good job. And here, these are two cards. The Safe and the Hearth are two good cards about career. And it's right next to the ship. So it talks about you moving forward career-wise. So this is a good time to ask for a raise. Ask for more money. Okay. Good September.
Next, we have Penny Lane.
Hi, Penny Lane.
Penny Lane wants to hear from her spirit guides.
Okay, so what do Penny Lane's spirit guides have to tell? Okay, your guides are acknowledging that you have some obstacles around you, and basically what they're telling you is to sort it out, to sort it out, decide what is petty annoyances and what really needs to be addressed. And this is a good time. Your guides are saying within the next period of 3, which I think is 3 weeks, for you to anything that's not petty that because we can all deal with a few annoyances. If it's something that you can deal with, fine. But sort out the things that you cannot abide right now and face them head on. Be that bolt of lightning. And when I look at where you're headed as we come to the end of September and into October, you are going to end up on the top of your game, and you are going to get a good message.
Okay, and next we have Olive, who's looking for good news for the next 2 weeks.
Good news for the next 2 weeks?
So don't look at week number 3, because that's going to be full of bad news.
That's 1.
She's using up all the good news in the next 2 weeks.
Okay, so. I feel like I have to give it just one more shuffle. Bear with me here, folks. Just dig down deep and find some good news for Olive. Yeah, that feels right. Okay. Oh, isn't that sweet? One of the things the cards are reminding you is that you have a support group and you have people around you that love you. And it's just saying, make sure you appreciate them. So, next 2 weeks. That's a good card. That's a good card. It can be a good card. Can be a bad card. I don't know. Not too sure about that. And so, all right. So, what the cards are telling me is that this is a good time for you to, like I said, keep in mind, people, you do have a good support group around you. This is a time for you to forge partnerships and relationships. That's your key to being happy. Also, make sure that you have somebody who's a real negative person, and he just has his feels. There's somebody around you that, some people tend to be real negative, and anytime somebody wins something or succeeds at something, the negative person will act like that person took something away from them. And you and I both know what we're talking about. Keep that person at bay. Do not let a negative person get between your ears over the next 2 weeks, because this is a time when you need to be working on who works with you well. And it's not the negative Nelly, but you do have people that you can forge a partnership, and that's key to future success. Okay, good on you, Olive. And, these cards are based on the playing cards, and the workshop that I'll be teaching at the Ghosts of Queens event will be on the playing cards. I've been working hard on my handout and looking at the different personalities that the court cards are supposed to be. And just a little story just to kind of break the flow of things. The playing cards that I read at Spa near the tracks are a deck that I got. Well, actually, I got from my producer. It came from Bruce Meyer, the late, great Bruce Meyer. And Ollie ended up with the cards, and he gave them to me. And they very much have Bruce's personality, which is just great. When he was on my radio, when I had the radio show, and when he'd come on, the guy that handled the board would always have finger on the dump button because he was just sure that Bruce was going to say something that had to be censored. He never did, but he came close. Okay, so anyhow, enough about the playing cards. Who's next?
Just to set the record straight, I didn't give you the cards, you just took them.
Same thing.
Haunting Alive wants to know whether Chris's grandmother will be having any problems. She just had a fall.
Oh dear. Oh, I'm so sorry.
We're so sorry to hear that.
Okay, so Chris's grandma. Okay, so I got the Page of Wands, but the thing that's attracting me is the wand. So she may need a cane or a walker or something to help her around for a bit because it shows her with a stick there. Okay. Also, they're going to work a bit on her balance. I think she's got there's something with her balance that I don't know whether it's exercises or fixing her ears or whatever, but her balance shows up. Yeah, she'll be all right. She'll be all right. She does have a recovery period, but it also feels like she's got good help with her, and of course she's got the mobility aid. Okay, so I'm sorry your grandmother fell.
Our next question is from Courtney, who would like a general reading.
Hi, Courtney. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see all of you. Courtney. General reading for Courtney. Okay, the fact that these cards are reversed tells me right off the hop that you might be responsible for pouring out your own happiness here. In the dead center, we have the Eight of Cups, but it's the Eight of Cups reversed. And when it's right side up, the Eight of Cups talks about, choosing love over the material things. But when it's reversed, it means that maybe this is a time for you to choose the material over the emotional. And there's a time of life for everything. I know it sounds shallow, but this might be your time of life to be a little shallow as far as the decisions that you make over the next little bit. It just feels that's a good time for you to do that. It feels like you've been giving too much away and you've been losing your balance because of it. So this is a time for you to focus in on being a little bit more selfish. It gets you back on track. Okay.
Roy wants to know about his drive to Calgary this year.
That's a long drive, Roy. Well, unless you're calling from Calgary, which I don't think you are. Okay. Roy's trip to Calgary. Boy, that's a long drive. I hope you got some company in the car. Okay, so how's our drive to Calgary gonna go? Saw that guy before. Okay, so you've got the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands reversed. So when you get reverse cards, that's usually not a real good thing. With the Five of Swords, this one is saying don't be excessively worried. So I think you're okay there. You might have some mechanical difficulties. I see that in the Five of Wands. That there's a little bit of a struggle there, but it's positively aspected, so it's nothing that you can't overcome. make sure that you have all the smart things in your car, you know, the emergency kit, that your spare tire is inflated, and, you know, stuff like that. Make sure you've got all the dumb stuff covered. Got the Eight of Cups reversed. So that feels like there's people around you who might not think too much of you driving out to Calgary. But I'm telling you, it'll be okay. Just make sure that you, like I said, make sure that you cover your bases and that you're ready for the little emergencies. So don't see any big ones, but I do see little ones. Okay, so thank you, Roy, for tuning in. Happy trails.
Yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in every week. We're so happy to see you here. Do give us a like and a subscribe. Share the videos with all your friends. And moving on, we have Suzanne who wants to know what the next 2 weeks will be like. The boss is back from vacation, and there's an interview on the 23rd.
Okay. So let's see. Next 2 weeks for Suzanne. Okay, so. And I went back to the Pamela Coleman Smith deck. Okay, so I'm focusing in on this King of Cups because he's reversed. And you've got the Five of Pentacles. And well, I see between the two of them. And what I'm worried about, I know that I've said before that when you interview for new positions, make sure you know what the job's worth. And I'm really trying to drive that point home for you because I see the King of Cups. He may put out a good front, but he still has his own bottom line. And you're a good worker, you're reliable, and you need to be a little bit better than just the cheapest option. So know what to ask for. Having said that, you've got the Page of Swords, so you can cut through all the crap and move forward just fine. I wonder if her boss is a little jet lagged or something, because he just seems to be a little off, maybe somewhat a little grumpy.
Well, of course he's grumpy. He's coming off vacation, going back to work. Wouldn't you be? It's like the kids going back to school on Monday morning.
Yeah, I heard it from my grandson. He was not happy about going back to school.
That 3 o'clock bell rings, and Monday does not exist. Next, we have Tracy, who's looking for a job in a new town.
Oh, that's exciting. New job, new town, new challenges. Nice. Okay, so let's see how things are going for Tracy. Okay, so the middle card, the Ten of Swords, we're going to deal with that right away. Because the thing with the Ten of Swords is it's a bit overkill. It warns you against carrying negative attitudes or old damages with you. So as you go to a new job and a new town, make extra sure you leave your baggage behind. Because there's no reason for you to carry baggage, and that's going to work against you in a new town. The Eight of Cups reversed, but reversed in a positive place, tells me that you're headed in a direction that will bring you money, that will bring you more financial stability, and that's a good thing, especially after what we've gone through for the past couple of years. This is a time as you go forward into the new town and into basically a new life. Keep focused on the material side of it, and try not to get too caught up in the emotion, or like I said, carry the old emotions. Because when you've got that Ten of Swords, that's somebody who's choosing to stay in a place of sadness and stress. So let go of sadness and stress as you move forward completely. Okay. So this can be a good thing if you let it.
Okay, Carol, I skipped your question on purpose. We are not comfortable answering that. Next, we have Callistica.
Hello, Callistica.
Will there be any challenges you won't be able to overcome? Will there be any challenges she won't be able to overcome? See, I still can't do it.
Callistica, if it's been done by another human being anytime in history, you can do it. And you have to believe that. That's a winning attitude. And keep a winning attitude. So let's see what the cards have to say about Callistica and how she handles the challenges that life has in front of her now. I'm going to give it just one more little shuffle here. And cut it into 3. Awesome. Okay, so this is a positive aspect, and you have the Hermit, but it's a Hermit reversed, which talks about actually pulling out of a period of isolation and becoming more sociable. So whatever challenges life hands you, you can, by being outgoing, by being sociable, you can recruit people to help you. So there are no challenges that you can't overcome. You've got the Road of Fortuna, the Wheel of Fortune, dead center, and even though right now there's that little demon, that little demon's talk, just like the Five of Swords, is warning you against thinking of things from a negative point of view. The Five of Swords, sometimes I'll call that the neener card, because it's just, there's such a feeling of schadenfreude around it, and that idea of just wallowing in misery, and you don't need to do that, and you don't need to live through fear. The Road of Fortuna is always turning around. Your situation is always turning around. Life will hand you no situations that you can't overcome.
Okay. Speaking of situations we won't overcome, Courtney.
Hi, Courtney.
Oh, we'll overcome that, no problem. She just wants to hear from her guides.
Okay. So what does Courtney's guides have to say to them?
And Diva, we're not getting to your question either. You're still in grade school.
Okay, so what was Courtney's question again?
She wants to hear.
Hear from her guides. Yes. Okay, Courtney's guides. What does Courtney's guides want to say to her? Okay. Okay, so the first thing your guides are telling you is to think a little bit outside the box. They're saying you're being too much of a conformist. So with the Hierophant reversed and Strength reversed, it says your confidence comes in taking the path less traveled. So your guides kind of want you to look at things through a unique lens. Now I have the Knight of Wands here, and that feels like somebody who's already in your life who might be disappointing you right now, but they're saying be patient with him. He'll turn around. But he just needs a little bit of time. Okay, and then last but not least, there's tribute, and your guides are saying that your guides are reminding you that not everybody lives forever. Your guides are reminding you to make sure that you spend time with the older family members. Yeah. That idea of tribute, pay homage to, they want you to start communicating with some of the older family members. Okay. So thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, that
Your
was for
message for you guys.
Courtney.
Yes.
If you would like a reading from Sally, you can call the spa near the tracks at 519-272-1293. Those readings are done in person. If you would like a reading virtually, you can send Sally an email at queenofoogabuga@gmail.com. The address is on your screen. And if you have a question that we don't get to tonight, send in the email and we'll do it at the beginning of next week's show. Moving on to Adriana.
Hi, Adriana.
What's love about?
Oh,
What's up in love?
okay. Adriana and love.
We're going to be getting a lot of those questions because the holidays are coming.
Well, yeah.
Starting with Halloween.
Love, la 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 love, la 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 love. Okay, so the Knight of Swords. When I see the Knight of Swords, that shows us your past. So there's something that's going out of your life pretty fast. So you must be getting over some kind of a hurt or something like that. Somebody was a jerk to you. And that's leaving. It's like right now, it's the sun, and your guides want you to be happy. The fact that the sun's there at all tells me that kind of brightness, that kind of joy is there for you to have. All you have to do is embrace it. So this is a time when you should be happy. They're limiting me as far as what you'll know in the future, because you're getting this Four of Pentacles. And so that's kind of like saying, well, we're not going to tell you everything. And I also get the feeling that there's timing attached with that. So you've got October, November, December, January. So it is taking you past the holidays, which is a real disappointment. But it's saying that love matures after the holidays. But you've got something like a seed that's being planted right now, because it feels like you're in a kind of in-between phase. So that's what's with love.
Okay, let me turn my microphone back on. Here we go. Next we have Imani.
Hi, Imani.
What are Siquan's feelings towards me?
Okay. Siquan's feelings toward Imani. So we'll just do a northeast, southwest. Okay, give this one some time. There seems to be some confusion and delusion around this right now, because what was the first name again?
Imani.
Not Imani, the other person.
Siquan.
Siquan. Sorry, I've got a memory that long. So Siquan right now is kind of in a confused state of life, and you've got the Tower reversed. So I think that Siquan is dealing with separation issues. Maybe it feels almost like a change of residence kind of thing, like a total change of surroundings, because he seems to be going through some, and I'm sorry if I get the gender mixed up here. He seems to be going through some life's changes that have nothing to do with you. Having said that, the feelings towards you are quite positive. You've got the Queen of Wands, so when he looks at you, he sees the Queen of Wands. He sees somebody confident and sexy, of course. And then you've got Judgment. So this is, it's not happening right away, because it seems like he's dealing with his own personal crisis. But it looks like if we were to look up ahead, he certainly seems to think that there is something to this relationship. Okay, so give it time. The waiting will pay off. You've got your reading ends with Judgment, and Judgment is a pretty powerful card. Tells you that everything will be all right. I think he's a little confused right now.
And next we have Maria.
Hi, Maria.
How does Reese W. feel about me?
Okay, so these cards have had enough, so we're going to go with this one. Reese W. What does Reese think about her? Okay, whoops. I think I just turned one over. We'll see. Mm-hmm. I think Reese likes you, but he worries about your attitude toward money. Might think she'll be a lot of fun. Like I said, you guys, the attitude toward money, you guys are on two separate pages, but he sees the potential with you. And like I said, he thinks you'll be fun. That's a good place to start.
Yes, as long as that's not funny, just fun.
It's just fun.
Okay, all right, okay. Callum would like a general reading.
General reading for
And
Cal.
then we have time for one more before we get into the closing segment of the week.
Yes. Okay. So, Callum. And what did Callum want to know? Just general?
General reading for Callum.
General reading for Callum. All right. So what the cards are telling you is that right now you're kind of getting yourself caught up in too many things at once. And it's probably the little details, because it just feels like you're getting caught up in a lot of the little details. And so it's kind of like when you try and go out the door, but just as you get to the door, you remember you got the wrong shoes on, so you change your shoes, and you almost get to the door, and you lost your keys. But it's kind of like that, going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, instead of going out the freaking door. And right now it feels like you're doing a lot of that kind of dithering, and so you're not moving forward. Kind of taking one step forward, one step back, one step forward, one step back. That's not going to get you anywhere. You've got to take that second step. So choose the direction, put one foot in front of the other, and keep going in that direction. Also, this is a good time, a really, really, really good time for you to be looking at how you could be making better money career-wise. And it just feels like there's unexpected opportunities, and there's opportunities that you're not seeing or taking advantage of that could get you exactly what you want in life. So go for it without delay. Quit stalling. No stalls, no excuses, no indecision. Move forward and you'll be fine.
Our last question comes from Angela, who would like a love reading.
Ooh, love. Love for Angela. Well, got a loving card. Got a passionate card. Okay, so the Tower is in a very good position. So when you ask about love, it feels like even though there is love, there's somebody around you, there's also some obstacles there because you're standing on your own. That is not going to last too much longer. Whatever is standing in your way, something is the other shoe is about to drop. I get the Tower, and the Tower is about a situation crumbling, about a breakup, about something like that, but it's positive for you. So whatever is negatively, whatever is holding you up and creating obstacles for you in the area of love, that's going to break free. And that's before the end of the year. When things start happening, they start happening pretty quick. Okay. So good on you, Angela. You're ready for love. You are ready for it.
And finally, we have our last segment of the night. But before we get to that, let's do a quick shout out to hauntinglifepodcast.com. Go to their website, check the event section, and get yourself some tickets for Ghost of the Queen's Inn for October 29th and October 30th. It's going to be 2 fun-filled packed days and nights. There's classes, there's lectures, there's seances, there's ghost tours. Did I miss anything? Pajama party.
Pajama party.
All right, so bring your PJs even. We'll get readings for everybody. It's going to be just a crazy weekend. And of course, being the day before Halloween, it's going to be a crazy weekend. And now, next on to our 3 cards of the week.
Yes. I have to take them out of their little box here. And this Crystal Oracle, this is the only thing I use these cards for. They were a gift from my cousin. So, what we're going to do is we're going to choose 3 cards. 1, 2, and 3. And so, decide which one you're attracted to. Pick number 1, pick number 2, or pick number 3. Have you picked it? Okay. So if you pick number 1, your message for the week is Citrine. And Citrine says manifest. Citrine's also associated with the sun, and it's a stone that is always clearing away negativity and bringing things to light. So if you've chosen Citrine, look for this to be a week where things are brought to light. And so look for information to come your way. Look for clarity to come your way. And it's also a good week for you to ask for a promotion. So if you pick number 2, the card that you picked is Aquamarine. Beautiful blue stone. I love Aquamarine. And it says letting go, but it's more than that. It's associated with the throat chakra. So Aquamarine is about communication, particularly spiritual communication. So this is a week, if you pick number 2, this is a week where communication is really important. And honest communication is very important. So speak your truth this week, even if it's not popular. Speak your truth anyway. Now, those of you who picked number 3, your choice for this week is a psychic shield of protection. And so this is a week where you are protected. This is a lucky week for you. Yeah, we'll just put it like that. You're basically protected from evil. So maybe the people that natter at you usually aren't going to natter at you as much. It's going to be a little bit of a lighter week for you because you have a shield of protection. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in this week and every week. I look forward to seeing you next week. We always enjoy this show. Make sure to send me an email with your question for next week, and we'll read you first thing. And, of course, go to see the Haunting Live podcast, guys, for the Ghost of a Queen's event. And I'll see you next week.
And if you would like a reading from Sally in person, contact the Spa Near the Tracks in Stratford, Ontario. The number is 519-272-1293. Have a good night, folks. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. For those of you that might not have a little bit left of it, it's 10 o'clock here on the West Coast, East Coast. Look at that. I'm time traveling just like that.
just like that.